Hello everybody, good evening. It is October 21st. It's finally feeling like fall around here in the Midwest Great Plains. So glad that that is occurring, which makes today's, hi Gus, makes today's theme very appropriate, and we're approaching all of those fall holidays as well. Halloween is what, in about a week? Am I plugged in? Yes. Okay. Or just about a week away ish. 10 days, 31st. So 10 days away. So not too late to do like a Halloween themed card for sure. And definitely right on time to start thinking about Thanksgiving cards. So for tonight, I'm focusing on color theme. I kind of had fun this weekend picking out a fall color palette. Maybe one that's slightly different than what I would do normally. There's two kind of mainstays in there, but we'll get to that. I do want to, make sure hello for those who are watching. If you're watching this on the replay, I'm glad that you're here. If you are currently watching live right now, make sure to say hello in the chat. Starting tomorrow, so tomorrow, which is the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, there will be free shipping available for your orders of $75 or more. So it would be a great time to stock up on items. Also a reminder, the Join Special continues through this entire month. You can join the Stampinup family, join my team for as little as $35. And the starter kits are always free shipping. So definitely something that you might want to consider, and just reach out to me if you have questions about that. I'd love to have you on my team and be in a larger Stampin' Up community. But, you know, if you just want to remain a customer, I'm glad that you're here as well. So if you're new, my name is Anne Marie. I'm a little late on that introduction. I am the AM of the Handmade by AM Bevel. Let's see if there's anything else I need to say. I'm looking at my notes. I don't think so. So tonight we are going to do like a one sheet wonder. And so I'm kind of excited to do that with you. And I'm doing it, again, based off of color, using a stamp set that maybe you have in your collection. So I'm going to switch the camera, and it might be a good way if, again, I love to try to give you inspiration and ideas of using products that you already have. Of course, I love when you go and purchase new stamp sets and whatnot from me, but, you know, sometimes it's good just to reach in and see what we can do with what we have. So today's color theme is going to be, let me make sure I get, yes, Gus, hello, Gus. You're not the one who I thought was going to be bugging us this evening. Okay, we have Darling Duckling, which is one of our in colors that came in new this year. I have Cherry Cobbler, Cajun Craze. So these two, I would say, are normal. Hello, Mom, good evening. I would say these two are normal fall colors for me. I always lean to the Cajun Craze and the Cherry Cobbler, sometimes Real Red. I've thrown in Pretty Peacock. That's kind of my outlier for me with the colors. Why is that? There we go. And we could put this in, maybe put this kind of in rainbow order. We will be accenting with my favorite crumb cake, and we're going to be stamping on white. Now my samples that I created ahead of time, I actually stamped on basic beige. So just to give you an idea so you can see the difference, here's our basic white, basic beige, and here it is against crumb cake. I didn't pull out a very vanilla strip, but it's kind of in that, but I wanted to stamp on white because I thought it would come through on the camera nice and it'll kind of give us a different looking card. Should have embossed those. We'll do one or two. I'm just thinking in my head. I know I was planning stuff out. So I have pulled out the Natural Botanicals stamp set. This has been in our collection for over a year now. I do believe it's in the annual catalog. It is a reverse stamp set. I don't think I'm going to do the reverse. Maybe we will do the reverse image. I pulled this because I went through my existing stamp sets, because next Tuesday I will be featuring like a very Thanksgiving type card, and I didn't want to do like the same stamp set. So I went through and found this and went, oh, there's these different leaves on here. Let's focus on color. So that's where that is. So if you, maybe it's not in your budget to purchase a new stamp set for Thanksgiving, Gus, please get off. Come on. He's going to knock everything over. Come here. Come on. Get down. Get down. One. Uno momento. Get. There we go. Yeah, maybe, okay, so it may not necessarily be in your budget. Maybe you just want to get a pack of paper or something. Go look through and see what maybe you have. Like, this doesn't scream fall, but it will once we do the colors. And we'll do, I think we'll do the reverse stamp. So this is a full sheet of 8.5 by 11. And I'm saying this is a one sheet wonder. We will have a little bit of scrap from this, but we are going to be stamping all over this. If I close the door, they'll sit out there and meow and paw at it, and that's even more annoying. And the ones who are in here being good sleeping, i.e. Pearl, if she got up and wanted to get out, then she would be mad that she's trapped in. So we are going to do stamping, and this is the Cajun Craze. And my recommendation, if you're doing this to create your own designer series paper, which is what we're going to do, start with your large images first. So start with your largest and move on down to your smallest. Okay, and we'll do like one more, like here. So my sample, I did just the outline. So let's talk about this stamp set here. So when you are looking online or through the catalog, or maybe you have this at home and you're like, why does it show, so this is the stamp we're using here. It's obviously much larger than the picture. Why does it have this shadow? It is because this stamp is designed, and these have been on here since last night, so they're going to be a little bit difficult. Actually, they've been on here probably since Sunday. No, last night. It is designed to flip over and use this to create the back. It's not going to line up perfectly on all of them, but it's going to create like an artistic look. So you could use a lighter color, but what I'm going to do, see how the ink, we're going to stamp off. We are going to have quite a situation. I think this is going to look really good with the white. And it gives you kind of like a watercolor look. It's going to be real inky. I think this stamp set might have been available during Celebration as a free item, if I remember. And then I'm going to make sure that I wipe these down pretty well. It's going to stain. Your photopolymer stains. It's not a big deal. You can use your scrubby. That helps get some of the color off. But the ink staining, the reds and the orange, like that, are going to stain a little bit. Alright, now I have this large front here. You'll notice this one's not stained because I substituted this in. I used the little flower on my other one, I wanted to use this large frond. So this is the Cherry Cobbler. Let's see, how is this inking? Because I have not... I got a little bit... I'm not too mad about that because we're going to do that reverse stamp. I should probably put my mat underneath it. My computer screen is shutting off, which makes it difficult for me to see what's going on. There we go. Where's my Pierce mat? That'll create a problem with it being off the paper, but that's okay. Yeah, I think I like just the 4 on there, and we'll flip her over. I am going to do the scrub on this real quick. So if you do not have one of these, this is a little bit older styled one, I think. And there's a little symbol down here with a little water, and this one's got the sun. And what that means is you can take and spritz, so you know that's the wet side, and then this is to dry. Very, very handy if we were going to use this on a different ink pad color. Might be a good item to add if you do not have one. So we will flip and we will it is just really not wanting to get that middle portion. Even when I'm inking off, this is getting really juicy over here. Let's see. There we go. Ooh, that leaf is very pink now. These other ones will be much easier. I am very paranoid about this though. Do I have a scrap? I'm just worried my hand's gonna sit into that and I'm gonna have... You've met me. And if you haven't, I'm the person who would manage to ink. I like this Darling Duckling a lot. I do think it's interesting because I feel like it gives a slight green hue, just a little bit, and it may not come across on the camera that way, but there's something that it's just like a hint of lime or something in it. It just kind of gives it like a unique deal. Now this is gonna almost be perfect because it's like a same image. Uh-oh, I just lost my... And I have a kitten coming over here, maybe. Yep, My block is wet. Dry that off a little bit. If your block is wet, your stamp will not stick. But since this is a mirrored image, it fills in the gap a little bit more perfect. Now we do have two-step stamping, where we have two separate stamps where you would be able to fill in gaps. And I'm going to show you just one real quick because I almost used this stamp set instead. So you can see this is showing two stamps here versus and it's dark versus this lighter color. This is showing like this is the stamp and then that's like the inside portion. It's two separate stamps. So this is two-step stamping and this is called like reversible stamp. Just so you can see, understand the difference. Now for my pretty peacock, I just have the cute little kind of single leaf, and I think if I kind of put two together, so you can see why I said to do the larger ones first. I'm really liking how this is turning out. I had a lot more gaps in the first one that I did. Again, there is going to be a little bit of a scrap with this. I really want one here. I wonder if I can get two to fit in. There we go. Let's do one down here. Oh, we need to do the fill-in portion. This will take a minute. So this, again, this is kind of a fun, this would be a really fun thing to do with a younger stamper or just a beginner stamper. I think it's like a really good way to practice using the foam ink pad if you're not used to that. It doesn't have to be perfect. You know, I'm not trying to be perfect by any means. Again, I am stamping off to do the reverse stamp to kind of fill it in a little bit. And I actually have one more little stamping that I'm going to do. I would love to know, I'm sure some of you have done this before, but I'd be curious, let me know in the comments if you make your own DSP a lot, or maybe you've never done it before. It is a fun thing to do when you have, I think, a stamp set like this, particularly. Now, I have this, so from my notes and totes, I grabbed this little speckle here, and I'm going to stamp that in a few of the spaces using the crumb cake. And really, you'll see in my sample, I didn't use this larger stamp here, so I had a lot more gaps and I needed something, but I think these little speckles will be cute in here. So go through, I like to call this like a flourish stamp maybe. Go through if you have paper pumpkins or from Kit's collections. A lot of those have these like these smaller flourish stamps, which are great just to keep, like I really like this one. But if you are working on one of your kits and you find a little stamp like this that you really like, I would recommend just taking that little card of your paper pumpkin stamps or your kit stamps and just keep it in a easy to reach spot. Because sometimes on a sentiment label we need a little, you know, just a little something to add a little something. And having these a little stamp handy, sometimes it's just the right thing that is needed for a little extra texture. So I think that looks pretty good. So again, we used Cajun Craze, Real Red, Cherry Cobbler, Pretty Peacock, our In Color Darling Duckling. If you don't have Darling Duckling, I'm always a Crushed Curry fan, okay, because it's a little darker. You could throw in a pumpkin pie into the mix if you wanted. Some people will go Mossy Meadow into it. That would be, you know, without the Pretty Peacock. I don't know. I like the idea of the Pretty Peacock. Throw something in there. If you wanted maybe a little brighter, you could throw in Old Olive. But again, I think the Pretty Peacock brings in that blue-green, just a little something different that normally I have not done in the past. Let's see. I'm trying to return some of these ink pads. I do think Pecan Pie on the brown side would be a really good option as well. We're just going to flip that over tonight because this is wild. So we're going to make 6 cards from this sheet of 8.5 by 11. And how we are going to cut these. We're going to go down the middle on the 8.5 side to go to 4 1/4. And then we're going to cut these at 3 1/2. And we are going to end up with a little bit of a scrap. And I'm trying to, and this is always where I'm like, oh, you can't see. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I was cutting it along this way, but I think I'm going to cut this. Oops, it's not straight. There we go. So we're just going to have this little 1/4 inch piece left over. So again, 4 1/4, 3 1/2. I'm rotating this because I'm rotating it to cut this side off, because if I cut this off, I think I just lose too much of the Darling Duckling, and I want to hang on to a little bit more of that. Again, there's our scrap. So 6 little card fronts. And one of these is larger than the others, so we will, it is this one that I just did. I was thinking, oops, there we go. Always a good way to check if you're cutting the same size. Line them all up together, like this one. Nope, okay, now we're good. Now all of these I have cut out. This is crumb cake, and it is the 3/10 larger, 16th. What's the measurement? I have to look at the trimmer. They're not okay. So I did 3 1/2. So it's 3 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 eighths. 3 and 5 eighths by 4 and 3 eighths. So it's not the 1/2 inch border, it's the smaller one. Just to give a little bit of a border. And we'll just mount a couple of these up. I won't bore you with doing them all. And let's do maybe this one here. And then once they're mounted on their little border piece, you know, you can decide, you know, which, you know, how you would put them on the card. Lois is here. Hello. Oh, I'm glad that you like watching my videos. Thank you. So all these will get mounted. Now I have some card bases pre-cut and scored, and I actually want to emboss some. So we want to decide what two we're going to do. So I think maybe that one looks nice there. And I've got the yellow. I don't think there's a wrong answer. The yellow is actually kind of fun. But, see, this is why I do like having all of them. Because I'll sit here and be like, yeah, probably that would go there. Okay, yep, I'm good with those choices. So let's get an embossing folder. I could use, let's just see what I have over here. I always don't feel like I have a lot of embossing folders. We could do the plaid. That's different than the other. I love this. Who has this folder? We're just going to emboss the front of two of these, and we'll just assemble these two cards, and then we'll show like a whole pack. But what is great about doing this is we're going to, you know, really in a short amount of time, you have 6 cards. You could do this with a floral set to have for birthdays. You could have, you wouldn't have to emboss them, but I think the embossing of the front gives it a little something. You could add a layer. You can always add more, right? We can always zhuzh up. I do think with the stamping, I would always put a border on it. You could do the thicker border. Up to you. So through the magic of the internet, I'm going to get these varnished down. I have some pre-colored ribbon to coordinate. So what ribbon I used, I did pull aside. This is actually basic beige ribbon, and it is called the Classic ribbon. And I used the blend to color that. And then we're going to grab some tear and tape. Oh, where I'm going to be on stage. I will be staying at, I do believe, the Holiday Inn by the airport, because I'm an IHG member and I have enough points to get free hotel. So that is where I will be staying. Because I can get the hotel for free, and either I will have, I don't think my husband's going to come. If he does, then we'll have a car. It does cost to park a car there. But I figured the Uber ride is cheaper than the $300 or $400 hotel room that will be in downtown Long Beach. So that is my plan. There's another hotel. That one's the closest Holiday Inn type hotel. And it's about like 15 miles from downtown. And it'll give me a ride to the airport for free too. So that is my plan. So I've put tear and tape. And we can go just like this. And so how I met our friend from Kentucky was I let her stay with me, no charge in the room, and she just drove me everywhere because I have the room paid for through points. No, it's not Uber. I've already looked at Uber, Mom. It's not in LA, it's in Long Beach, so it's like $25 to $35 Uber depending on the time of the day. Yeah, I need to touch base with her to see if she's planning to go. Because I bet she would pay for Ubers if she had a free hotel room. So I need to touch base with her. But that's my plan, because even if I didn't end up with a roommate, it would still be cheaper for me to stay in the hotel for free and pay Uber back and forth every day than it would be even halving the price of the hotels downtown Long Beach from the convention center. And I know some people will like do 4 in a hotel room, but I don't even necessarily like sleeping in the same bed as my husband, let alone with somebody else, because I will take up the whole bed, because that's what I do. And I figure my husband travels so much is how I have the hotel points. I'm going to take advantage of them. And then we're going to put sentiment. Ta-da! And if you join my team, you too could come to On Stage with us. See, how'd you like that? That was like a great little thing. Look at this, pre-stamped in die cut. So this is just a note sentiment from that Notes and Totes, which is where the little speckles come from. I did just a note for these because my samples have more of a Thanksgiving-y one, and I thought I like just a note because we could put just a note to say happy birthday, just a note to say thank you, just a note to say happy Thanksgiving, just a note to say hey, what's up. So lots of options on the just a note. And I think this one's really good font. And this is the Everyday Arches. So we getting a little bit of the little stitching around. You could definitely use a punch. And then I thought we could just use some regular plain bling. I thought I would color them, but because of the little, since we did the background, Pearl's snoring again. Bless her little heart. Pearl got a bath yesterday. Cats sometimes, she's short hair, but sometimes cats do need a bath, I've learned, and I do think she looks really good. I think it was a good call. So here we go. I will show you now. Oh, good, you like these? Guess I'll be you'll only be dog sitting if Wiley decides to come too. I don't know if he will or not. I don't know. That'll make it a really expensive trip on us. The flight for me, I've been looking at flights, even on Southwest, it's like $500. And then he would want a car, and I don't know. He's going to have to decide at some point. But I need to make sure, I'm not even going to reserve the hotel room. I mean, I guess I could go ahead and do it. I should. Because I can cancel it since I'm a high enough level. And then, because I want to make sure I get registered before I start. I'm not going to buy a flight till I'm registered. That I know for sure. So look at this. Thanksgiving. Right? Thanksgiving colors. There's something with the pretty peacock. So let me show you the whole stack that I did. Now these I stamped on the, what did I say, basic beige background. And my sentiments on the basic beige. And you'll see I didn't do the fill-in. So a little bit more white space compared. And I did them all with Cajun Craze background. And I used this. This is a new embossing folder coming out next month what is it called? Beautiful Patterns embossing folder. So I kept this so you could see. It's got these cute little, it looks like like quilting. So I did all of the backgrounds different, and so this was like the sample picture, but again, I colored ribbon. It's a slightly different basic beige ribbon. It's got a little stitch on it, but otherwise it's the same. So here here the frames, I did the color. Versus the card bases. So this makes it look more like a gift set, perhaps. But I bet once all of these are done, it'll kind of look like a gift set too. But a fun way, if you need to get some fall card, maybe you need to do some like quick Halloween cards. Halloween colors. We are talking pumpkin pie. We're talking Daffodil Delight. We're talking probably Gorgeous Grape, and we're going to throw in our black in there. You know, this is Halloween. So you could do this idea with Halloween with the themed stamp set. If you maybe you do have a stamp set that has maybe just a small pumpkin, do it in these colors. We could even throw in Lemon Lime Twist. Maybe these 4 ink colors with a black border or black card base. Your sentiment could be black. This does Halloween. You could take the yellow out even. So if you have even just a regular small pumpkin stamp, you could do the same stamp repeated on the page and do a hello sentiment. You don't need a happy Halloween sentiment. Do a hello sentiment and put it right with your hand with an ink pen, Happy Halloween, inside the card. Okay? So this kind of gets you Halloween, I would say. So, Daffodil Delight, Lemon Lime Twist, Gorgeous Grape, Pumpkin Pie. Bring black in for your border or your card base and your sentiment, and you can do that. Something else that would be fun, I have not used this yet, but this is the stripes and dot, so it's like 4-in-1 background stamp. If you have something like this, like stripes and dot, just patterns in these colors, is going to give you Halloween. So if you are running into a theme and you don't have something like, this always happens for patriotic stuff, 4th of July, Veterans Day, if you do a Memorial Day card, something like that. You can pull about any stamp set and do red, white, and blue, and maybe add gold or silver depending, and you're going to get patriotic out of it. So color is very powerful, and one of the reasons when people ask me about Stampin' Up! That I love Stampin' Up! Is that the colors coordinate. The ink matches the cardstock. And if you didn't have all of the cardstock colors, just having black, white, crumb cake, which is what we used with this as the border, crumb cake, goes with anything. It's my favorite Stampin' Up! Color because no matter what I do, I can add this to be patriotic. I can add this into Christmas. We can add this into fall. We can add this into feminine cards, into masculine cards. So it gives you a nice neutral without always relying on black. Okay? It's a little softer. It's really that natural type color. Okay? So if you're running short on time, go to your colors. Use colors as your friend. I do really like how these turned out with the white stamping, with doing the reverse, whereas on the basic beige, I think not doing the reverse looks very, very nice. And you can see here I used the little flower, the little daisy, instead of this large frond here. So color inspiration. So yes, Lois. So the it's called the reverse stamping. Oh, I don't even know what screen I'm on. So this one has been in our catalog for over a year. It was in the last catalog. It's still in there. So when you see that it's gray, it means you can use the reverse side. And they may not always line up perfectly. So this one, you wouldn't line up perfectly. But since this is like a mirrored image, it does. But it just kind of gives you like a fun fill-in. You're going to see, so if you're looking in the catalog or online and you see this shadow, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stamps. Whereas when we look at something like Pretty Florals, which is 2-step stamping, we have 1 stamp, 2 stamps. So you can see the 2 stamp is the black and the reverse is the gray, more of like a shadow idea. So again, I'm going to encourage you, 1, free shipping tomorrow, Thursday and Friday. It would be not too late to pick up some DSP for some Thanksgiving projects or like treat boxes or something for your Thanksgiving table. But maybe you just want to pick up some cardstock colors to do this idea for Christmas and for Thanksgiving. Pick out the color combos that you want. Put in the comments if you're watching this on the replay or if you're live. What are some color combos that you like maybe for Thanksgiving, for Christmas? And it would really be a great way to be a little bit more economical if you need to. But it is, and then you're just going to order cardstock. Maybe you pick up a new embossing folder. Hopefully that plaid one is available because it is the best. This is the best embossing folder. They should never get rid of it ever. I don't have that type of power, but if I did, I'm assuming it's still available. It's very difficult to keep up these days, I'll be honest. But 1 inch giant, size of my head. Great for Christmas. Great for anything, really. Through the 23rd. Yes, so it's tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So the 22nd, 23rd, 24th. 3 days of free shipping, $75 or more. So if you don't have that much in your order, call your friends, and you guys can combine your orders. And of course, you're going to earn your Stampin' rewards. So perfect, perfect, perfect. Next week, it will be a full-out Thanksgiving card, because we have Stamp Club this weekend for my local Stamp Club people. I'm not going to pinhole Stamp Club people into saying Happy Thanksgiving on it. There'll be options, and the second card can also be Thanksgiving, but I think I have it set up as like a thank you card or something like that. Oh, and just FYI, on this thankful stamp is from this month's Paper Pumpkin. Okay, is what that comes to. Yet another great reason to subscribe to Paper Pumpkin is sometimes you end up with that type of sentiment that you're like, oh, that'll be perfect for my project. I'm getting all of my stamps right here, so I put them back into their home. Because if I don't do it when I'm done with this video, it won't happen. Oh, let's talk about my sparkly cup. Ooh, thanks, Wiley. So the sparkly cup is undefeated because we've had it for 1 football game. It's so sparkly. And it's amazing. So that's my new cup. Go Chiefs. I will say at the beginning of the season I thought they were just going to be terrible. I think they're getting better. But now they're better because I have this cup. Ooh, it's very big. I drink a lot of water, so we're good. Thank you all for being here. Please make sure to like the video, subscribe if you've not already. Come back next week, 6:30 Central Time on Tuesday, because I am live most Tuesdays, and if I'm not, then I'm not. I will usually post over on Facebook. Make sure to follow me over there. Like I've said for the last however many videos, I'm going to start posting pictures there again. I am getting a pile of things I need to take photographs of, so we will be getting to that. Thank you all for your continued support. Don't forget the join special. Reach out to me if you're interested. And if you have not already, mail some cards out this week. It will make somebody's day. And in the Broncos, yeah, that's going to be good. I know Colorado will be. I got this at Academy Sports. Don't know if you have that there. I think they're online somewhere too. It was like a particular like bling cup. I can try to find the information if you want it. It was not inexpensive. Okay. My husband is the one that said, you should get the cup. I will buy the cup for you. They had a red one too, but this white one is amazing. So I guess that's it. I just said, again, mail a card out if you have not already this week. Just to say hello, you know, like this. It can be just a note to say hello. I will be putting it inside. Here's one. I will have it. And I have them pre-cut. So when I get back in here, I'll be able to finish all of these up. 6 cards, 1 little round of stamping. Not too bad, right? You could cut them larger, but the 6 is a good way to get just about the whole sheet used. Y'all have a great week. It is, I think we are officially fall here, and I'm loving it. I've got the long sleeves on. This is like, I love this little shirt. It's even got a hood. In case it got really cold for some reason inside. We'll see you around, and have a great rest of your week. Bye, everybody.